While some people are tucked up snugly in their nice warm bed, I head out to show that the winter fishing action can be just as good as summer if you apply a few simple techniques.
Oh yeah, gotta wait there. It might be another one of our winter favourites. The bottom fishing live bait rig, very successful, has provided our best 2 fish today.
Like the seasons, the fish change their habits over the cooler months, but it doesn't mean they stop biting. They've still got to feed. So I've headed out with my mate Craig Taylor to show him what can be caught in the cooler months with a few new techniques.
G'day, welcome to Fishy Business. Well, I'm all rugged up because it's the middle of winter. Some fishermen put their boats away in winter and don't go out, and they really do miss some prime fishing opportunities. So what I thought I'd do today is head out and we'll do a bit of exploring and show you some of the great fishing that can be had over winter. I'm in the 1550 Stavey, it's not too cold, we've got some nice thermals on, and the day's looking good. So join us as we head out for a spot of winter fishing.
In the cooler months, you can expect to find some very calm, clear days with very settled seas, which is ideal for fishing. Just got to keep an eye on the forecast. Look for those cold, frosty mornings when the wind doesn't get above 5 knots. As we were heading out, I spotted some gannets in the sky, obviously a sign of some fish action. But as we headed out there, we noticed it was one of the other things you love to see. The sea mammals doing what they do, feeding hard. At first it was just the dolphins, and then some Bridie's whales started feeding. They were spectacular, breaching the surface with mouths of baitfish. So as not to disturb the whales or dolphins, we made sure we kept a very safe distance. Interestingly, the sounder was only showing baitfish and no fish on the bottom, so we moved inshore and anchored up. We put down a burley and very soon we had attracted a large school of baitfish, which we set to work in catching some on some sabikis. We quickly filled the live bait tank up with mackerel and caught a few prized piper, which were excellent winter snapper bait. We were going to fish with 2 rigs today, one a strayline rig with a light sinker and baited up with very small baits. I always run a coloured bead above my sinker and use a little nylon stopper to stop it riding up. Over winter and early spring, you'll find a lot of John Dory on inshore reefs, so I set up a bottom fishing live bait rig to hopefully attract one of these predators. As soon as I put the live bait over the side, I noticed on the active target that it had a lot of interest from some other fish.
Well, after a bit of looking around, we've ended up down at off the Waipu River mouth. We're fishing just on a small piece of reef, and we've got some burley out, and I've just hooked into a nice fish. Craig just landed a small one, and we're just flicking little baits around. That's one of the things with winter fishing. You know, sometimes those big baits get ignored where you put little morsels out there and they grab it. And this is not a bad little winter snapper. I'll just trace them up. There we go. Beautiful, fat as, look at that. These fish will be tasty. Keeping the small circle hooks too. It's like a 3-bar O. So scaling everything down, so it's like the way, the philosophy I use is if you put a peanut in front of somebody, they usually eat it. If you put a roast dinner, they don't always want it. So we're fishing with peanuts at the moment. Looks like something's having a go at the live bait. Yep. Check that one out. Oh yep, gotta wait there. It might be another one of our winter favourites. Oh yes, check this out. Winter John Dory grabbed a big yellowtail, half the length of him. That's why we put live baits out in winter on a heavy sinker. Beautiful eating and great fun to catch. Good ones for kids actually, John Dory. Very exciting fishing and they're very unique looking. Telescopic mouth that shoots out, goes from there, whoop, sucks in the prey. He'll be good in the pan tonight.
Unlike summer, small fish are less of a problem in winter. So we like to scent up our baits, put a few baits around the boat and wait for the bite. When you're fishing on a reef with a little current, a good burley trail will attract a fish from a long way away.
I saw you feed a bait right down the burley trail, Craig.
Yep, and got not a bad snapper.
Oh yeah. Nice little winter snapper.
He'll be going in the bin, I'm afraid. No release today.
The condition of snapper of winter is usually when they're at their best.
Well, something picked up a stray line jack mackerel. Unusual fight, I'm not quite sure what it is. Sort of doing quite weird things. Oh, I think it might be a snapper. Oh yeah, it's just a real nice snapper. It's quite an unusual bite. It's a good snapper though. Look at that. The tide's turned, so the current's a bit different. So the bite felt different. But yeah, he ate a good fillet of jack mackerel. Nice. That one's squeaking a bit, Craig?
Yeah. Actually, I can feel like maybe the burley on it.
Oh, is that what it is? I can hear the noise.
Yep.
You manage it? Decent fish, I think. Coming up?
Yep.
What is it?
Oh, it's just a good snapper. Burley. Not bad. Not bad
Fun
at
on
all.
that lake here, eh?
Oh, hell yeah. Bring them up for a closer look.
Oh, yeah, good size. Easy 45 plus.
Awesome.
Took a whole jack mackerel full of day.
Yep. And swallowed it.
Coming up, plenty more action on the live baits, and I'll show you how to make my bottom fishing live bait rig. And I'll take Craig for a spot of fishing that he's never done before. And something you should always put out when you're fishing in winter.
We've had another live bait go off. Craig's on the rod this time. Not sure if it's a John Dory or not. If it's a John Dory, it's a real big one.
Feels snappery.
Feels snappery. And that's what happens when you live bait. You know, especially with your live baits on the bottom, you can get absolutely anything. Get a big snapper, kingfish, John Dory, sharks, who knows. But this is, yeah, he really smacked that live bait, didn't he?
Yeah, took off.
Snapper are highly predatory, and it's not unusual for them to take a live bait. In fact, some of the largest snapper I've ever caught have been on live baits. And I've seen them take live baits on the surface when fishing for kingies, off my downrigger, and just on the bottom when fishing for John Dory.
Good work, Craig. And that ate a whole jack mackerel.
Awesome. Oh look, corner of the mouth.
Pull them in. Yeah. Got a heavy trace so you can afford to put them in. Well, that's not a bad finish to a winter day's fishing, is it?
Not at all.
So the rig we use for our live baiting is primarily to target John Dory in winter, because you do get a lot of them around the inshore reefs over winter and spring. But also it will catch snapper, as you've seen, and kingfish and a variety of other species. Now the tricks with it are a couple of things. Firstly, you use a very heavy sinker. So I've got an 8 ounce here, but you might go up as heavy as 12 ounces depending on the size of your live bait, because you want to minimise the chance of your live bait swimming around and getting away from a John Dory, because John Dory aren't particularly good swimmers. So if you anchor it firmly on the bottom with a heavy sinker, the live bait can't get away. So you see we use quite a long drop down to our sinker. This is to stop your live bait getting hung up in the weeds. Okay, so I've got about probably 1.5 meters there, and that sits above the weeds because we're fishing over a reef. The other really critical point is the swivel. So this is a 3-way swivel. So you've got your main swivel there, and then you've got another one which rotates around. And I use this a lot for all sorts of dropper rigs, especially for live baiting, because this will swim around and around without getting tangled up. So your bait can move freely without getting tangled up. The other thing when you're live baiting, especially for winter fishing, is to keep your hooks fairly large for your live baits, usually 6 to 8 bar and circle hooks, of course, because most of the fish are going to smash your live bait because it's static fishing and hook up in the corner of the jaw. Okay. So the ideal rig for fishing this combination, the rod, it doesn't really matter, you can use a variety of rods, but it's nice to have one with a flexible tip that's got a bit of bend in it to absorb any sudden strikes. But the reels, it's really good to use a good quality but small lever drag reel. The reason for this is so that you can adjust your lever so that the bait fish can't pull any line off, but a bigger fish, when it comes and bites your live bait, can. So you've got that strike indication without the fish being able to do that. With star drags and normal ratchets, sometimes the bait can even pull the ratchet off. So a little lever drag reel is very good. I've got an Okuma Cavella here, and that's absolutely perfect. The weight of the trace I'm using, today I'm using 60 pound, which has been adequate, but in some cases we might go up to 100 if there's a big chance of catching decent kingies. But for snapper and John Dory, probably 60 pounds, good weight to use, pretty safe. So the bottom fishing live bait rig, very successful. It's provided our best 2 fish today, and something you should always put out when you're fishing in winter.
With some quality fish in the bin, including a couple of nice John Dory, we moved into a sheltered weedy bay because I wanted to give Craig an experience he'd never had before.
Adam brought me here for a bit of winter squid fishing. Been casting for about 10 minutes now.
When squid fishing, I like to cast my jig towards shore into weedy areas, let it sink, and then slowly jig it back with some erratic movement.
And I think we've got one.
You will see squid turn up all year round, but definitely winter and spring are the best times. They tend to come into the weeds to spawn, and at this time of year you'll find good numbers and they're really aggressive and you can catch them during the day.
Careful of the ink, Craig. He hasn't shot his ink yet, there's a little bit there.
First time.
Pretty awesome, isn't it?
It is awesome. We'll chuck it in the net, try and get it head down, someone told me.
Oh, there's the ink, see the ink? I'll give him a shake in the net, in the water. Yep. You like the squid rings, do you?
Yes, love them. Love them. Now you just have to show me how to cook them.
As well as being one of my favourite seafoods, squid make great winter fishing bait, so we set about to catch a couple more.
So it's early afternoon and we've come to the end of our day's winter fishing and we've had a good time. We've managed to catch some nice snapper stray lining, and using a different technique with the live bait we caught a good John Dory and a pretty decent snapper. And I've just brought Craig into a nice quiet bay where he's caught his first ever squid on a squid jig, and that's something else that you can do in winter, and it's very easy to do. So winter fishing, there's lots of different options. This is only just scratching the surface. So don't put your boat away in winter, head out and catch some fish.